Alex Hormozi might be the greatest marketer in modern history. He made $87 million in a single day. But today we're going to talk about the sales side of things because there's a lot to learn there as well. And Moby went through the liberty of actually going through the sales process and he's going to teach us everything that he learned over that. Mobs, nice to have you here.
Thank you, Linda. It's been a pleasure having you back. I was carrying this myself, but you're absolutely right. So last week, if you missed that episode, it was a great episode. I think it was episode 186 of InboundBuzz, where we spoke about Alex Hormozi. He launched his $100 million money making models book and around like the marketing side and what he did and some tips. So today specifically, like Linda said, we're going to talk about the sales process. Because as good as a marketer he is, I would say he's an even better salesperson. So I went through the liberty so you guys don't have to. So we're going to talk about lessons that we've learned going through his sales process. I haven't bought it yet. I've almost bought it and I will end up buying it, but I'm going through the process. He has got a 2-day workshop in Las Vegas. That's more exciting to other people than myself because I don't gamble, I don't drink, and I don't.
You
like
have no
strippers.
business being in Vegas.
I've got no business being there,
except to see the Alex Hormozi team.
No one's coming with me so far, so I'll be by myself. But the point is, it's a whole workshop to help your business scale. So I went through that process, and we want to talk about key lessons from how to actually get more conversions and how to get more show-ups. And if we have time, a couple of sales tips from the call I had as well.
Nice, Mobs. So tell us what you did. Was it online? You reached out through a form submission? Did you book in with a calendar link? Take us through like from the very beginning.
Yeah, so they have a very good qualification process, and I might even use my phone for this in a second to go through the text message that I got, but it was all roads leading to filling out a calendar. Right? So it's like, book a meeting, and they didn't even let me see the slots, right? So it's like, okay, cool. Fill out your name, your email address, and I think phone number, and then you can book a slot in the calendar to have a meeting with them. So I did that, and then they actually qualified me. And it's like, okay, cool. Are you just starting? Do you have you have just a business idea? I can't remember the triggers, but one was $500,000 more, one was like 10 million more, whatever. So I just answered honestly, and I'm like, yeah, more than $500,000. Went through the process, and it's like, cool, awesome, I got a booking. Now, what I didn't know is Semi, just for fun, like he wanted to fill it out, and he filled it as an individual. And he goes, I was qualified out. He goes, I didn't get that option to book.
Yeah.
Right? So already they sort of qualified him out, which is really, really clever. But here is the really cool thing. So as soon as I sort of got through that first gate and I could book a meeting, what Alex Hormozi talks about, he's like, across his 4 different businesses that have a total revenue of $250 million, he's got a number of businesses in his portfolio. He said the number one factor in getting conversions on the page wasn't like more social proof or this or that. It was availability.
Interesting.
It was availability. And I found this really, really interesting. And when we were talking, you were saying like, oh, it's not I want to talk about the scarcity in a second. So what he actually found is like from across his businesses, there was a minimum of 29% uplift in terms of bookings and then sales.
Wow.
They actually have availability on, and I didn't do the conversion, but it's something like 8 o'clock in the morning to like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night and on the weekends.
Yeah.
And before you think, okay, B2B, B2C, I'm a B2B buyer. I'm B2B. They literally have availability on the weekends because they found that is the thing that leads to more conversions.
Mobs, you asked for a certain time slot and you got that time slot that you asked for?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, when was that?
11:30 a.m. They are Pacific Standard Time. So the rep who I spoke to was like 9 p.m. his time.
Yeah, right.
It's a really obvious one.
Yeah.
But
it's obvious but not obvious.
Exactly.
Because I can't name another company that do that. In fact, I was telling you earlier, and I'm by no means in sales or a sales rep, but even with my book a meeting link, like I will block out times that I personally don't want to have calls, and I'll give like just a few time slots that suit me, but I'm not catering to the actual person that could be purchasing from us. You know what I mean? Or being upsold or cross-sold or anything like that. It's all to do with me and my times. And it's really interesting because I feel like it's obvious, but it's not. I actually haven't really heard of that much besides this.
If you look at it this way, like if you can get 29% uplift in appointments, like why wouldn't you task? And in this day and age, people want flexi hours, right? Like mums, dads, like they want flexi hours. So especially in sales, it's a really good idea. If people want to work at night and not in the morning, let them. If people want to take sales calls on the weekend, let them.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating. And you said to me like, oh, interesting, maybe it's not the scarcity factor. It's not the fact that there's all 1 or 2 sessions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought, Mobes. Yeah, I thought, I mean, scarcity obviously makes sense at certain points in the journey, but clearly, Hormozi is showing us that it actually doesn't apply when it comes to availability, which is really, really interesting.
So if you're skeptical, I was like, yeah, cool, fine, makes sense, whatever. But then like I did more research on this because you can search for anything in ChatGPT. I'm like, why does Alex say this? Like I probed a little bit further. And I found an episode where he talks about this and he says that he goes, 1 is the availability, but he's like 2, you are giving them availability when they have the most time. So even though they book, right, they're just going to sort of book when they can. It might be when they're about to pick, and I swear when he said this, I'm like, oh my God, this happened to me. When they're about to pick up their kids or it's between meetings or, you know, like they don't have the mind space for it. So it's like, you'll get the meeting, but just getting the meeting, like when they could just fit it for you is night and day compared to making it convenient for them.
Yeah.
We've got a client at the Royal Easter Show, right? It's a big company, which is really cool. We have a client at the Royal Easter Show, big association. You would think like, okay, why would they be contacting us after hours? Every call we get from them, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Every call we get from them is after 6:30 at night. You know what I mean? It's like, well, like I want to be training or with my kids, but that's what they want to do. So it's not just about, someone might say, oh yeah, only business owners care about that or only founders. That's not true. So the whole point is when you can get them when they're most relaxed, they're going to be much more likely to buy from you. That's where the 29% lift comes from.
Yeah. It's obvious probably in certain industries now that I think of it, like with real estate, my partner, he's a real estate agent. And I was saying to you earlier, Mobes, like he will only ever book a meeting to convert and get the sale at a time that firstly is convenient for the seller, but also when both the decision makers are present. So oftentimes he's working like late at night, sometimes booking 8 o'clock meetings that go for an hour because that's the time that suits them. The kids are in bed, both of them are present, and he's most likely going to convert it compared to a time slot that's during the day. Only one of them can make it. Therefore, there's the excuse of my partner's not present, blame the missing person, I'll come back to you. Then you have to go through the longer process of booking another meeting and conversion rates go down.
It stands for, just to be obvious, it stands for every industry. Like I had a call earlier this week where the guy's like, oh, hey, can you please do it today? Because my fractional CFO only comes in on Wednesdays. And I was able to fit him at 1 p.m. If he didn't ask, he might have just booked something on a Thursday or something, right? But not having that guy there makes my job so much harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. So the next sort of availability is one. I think we've done that one. The next one is the amount of reminders. This was really fascinating. Now, this isn't just the amount of reminders, it's also qualification. One of the things that salespeople or sales departments and marketers clash is how much information. If you let sales like, oh, we need their name, email address, gender, like spend, like industry, right? They're 2 quality leads. And marketers will be like, no, listen, man, like the more we ask for, the less we're going to get. And they're both right.
Yeah.
So in the form that I filled out, they asked for 1 qualification question now that comes to mind. Obviously my name, my email address, my phone number, and 1 qualifier was, which I thought was really interesting. I'm like, oh, I thought they'd ask for more, was how much money does the business make?
Was the qualifier mandatory? Yes,
it was mandatory, but just 1. As soon as I did the inquiry, so I got the email as you'd expect. And that's when most businesses, that's not amazing or revolutionary. Most businesses will have an autoresponder. They go further. I got an autoresponder in email. I got an autoresponder via text. And then I'm going to read this text message out. I got a qualification, further qualification text. Now the first part could actually be automated. The whole thing could be automated for all I know.
Yeah,
but
it was done well. Yeah.
It was done well. Hey Moby, this is Jack with acquisition.com. 3 separate messages. Hey Moby, this is Jack with acquisition.com. And I will throw this up on screen as well. Excited to speak with you about the workshop. What type of business do you own? So another qualifier. They know, just like we know, certain types of businesses are going to help them grade the lead. And that's what Alex's business does actually, because I've heard him talk about this. They will grade leads, like whether it's 1, 2, or 3 or ABC. I don't know what they use, but they will grade them and they give the best leads to the best salespeople.
Okay. So
this is another qualifier. Now they've got another piece of information. I'm like, digital marketing agency, our focus is on ABC.
Can we pause there for a second?
Please.
What time did you get this message?
12:30 at night.
And what time did you reply?
Like 1 o'clock in the morning.
But can I just say, this is important though, because you got the next qualifying question as soon as you've submitted the form or booked the meeting.
Yeah.
Which is really, really basic. But can I just say, so we spoke about availability and that at the beginning, but then what about once you reach out to the person and them kicking into the sales process immediately? Because as soon as you're filling out that form or booking in for the calendar, you're in this moment of like either excitement, you're at ultimate pain. Like I'm sure we've all been in that scenario, even when it's not to do with, business. Maybe it's personal. You've got an issue at home. There's a problem in your plumbing, or like I recently had an issue where I was helping out a family friend because they had some mold in their apartment.
Sure,
so I'm calling.
House?
No, it wasn't my house.
Yeah.
Helping out a friend. Yeah. Because I was there, I made the call. They called me back within 5 minutes because I was still there. Yeah. I was there. I was ready to have the conversation, and they got a lot more out of me than if they would have called me
100%.
half an hour later, an hour later, the next day, 5 days later. So the fact that this automation, and that most likely existed, I would say, because he's so scaled, kicked in straight away, and it kicked in with a question and got you to engage straight away, is genius, and it makes so much sense.
It's genius. You can do this with email. You can do this with text. You can also, using the right software. Obviously, we use HubSpot. Hamosi uses HubSpot too, by the way. When you answer, you can actually save those fields somewhere. So that's what they did. You're absolutely right. I was prime. And this is the other thing too. Like I'm not amazed anymore. We will get emails from, it's not just founders or small businesses, big businesses. The inquiries will come in at 7 o'clock at night. Yeah. Like it's in their head. They just want to get it out and just fill something out. Or maybe they had something open during business hours and they just sent it late. Happens all the freaking time. And I know people listening in sales will know this. So I answered that question. Then they said, and like, listen to the finesse of this. Again, this could have been, you can do this with AI. He might have done this in person. That's not the point. Oh, nice. We've just had a similar business at the last workshop. Really great model. What makes you want to come out to the workshop? I'm like, oh my God, I'm being sold to it. And I love it. I love it because in sales, if anyone's heard me talk about sales or any clients who've gone through our sales coaching, we always talk about you need to get the compelling reason to buy. Or, people call it different things, but it's always the same. What's the why? What's the big pain point? What's the biggest thing to unlock? Why did you reach it? Whatever it is. They worded it as, why do you want to come to the workshop?
Yeah.
And then I filled that out. And by the time I'm now vested, so if I was, firstly, they don't have any competition, but if they had competition, say I'm applying for, I don't know, electrician or an aircon, like I need to get an aircon in my home office at home. And I went through this process. I'm already mentally vested in these guys now.
Yeah.
I apply for it. I think it works in any business. Again, I'm a B2B buyer, right? Aircon, you get it, you get an SMS, you get an email. All right, great, they're onto it. They know their shit. Then it's like, hey, cool. Wants to know how big is one question, answer. Oh, what's your budget?
There's
right?
power in the one question as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's it. They kept it at that. So I can tell from if I retrofit their process, they have 3 questions. They have revenue, they have industry, and they have compelling reason to buy. Yeah. And it is genius because if they ask me that on the form, I might be like, I might start, whatever, get distracted. Nah, stuff it. It's too intrusive.
You're right. And it goes back to what you said earlier, Mobes, which is the balance between sales and marketing wanting different things. It's the ultimate balance where they stage it out. So good.
Genius. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like mind
Yeah.
blown. We can do this with every single client now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so the final thing, just to keep it super quick, is I really like the reminder cadence, because one of the big problems that salespeople have is there's always percentage of no-shows.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ways around that. But what they did was, and it was email and SMS at the exact same time. Yes, you get one immediately as a confirmation, and then you get that further qualification text immediately. Then you get one 24 hours before. And it's really interesting. It's exactly 24 hours before, because it does something to the brain where, okay, a day from now, I'm going to have this meeting. What am I doing a day from now? Right? 3 hours before. So I got it at 8:30, then 1 hour before.
Yeah.
And then obviously I had the meeting invite to remind me, which I thought is really key. And they did everything that they could to make sure I'm qualified and I will not forget this and I don't get busy. And of course, they gave me so much availability. So I did it at a time where I was relaxed.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, last thing I'll make on this is, if they had a slot at 7 a.m. or 9 o'clock, I would have taken it, because that's all I've got. But the fact that they got me at 11:30, I've already done school drop-off, I've already settled in, I was far more relaxed.
Yeah.
And that's how they get that 29-30% increase in conversions.
It's so genius, isn't it? I also, as a marketer, can't help but love the fact that they're asking you these questions and they all get logged into the CRM as well. So there's just continuity between different departments. Like marketing would be able to look at the 3 qualifying questions and be able to understand the customers more to be able to market to them in future. I'm thinking even for us as a business, Mobes, and it might not be applicable to everyone out there, but the actual delivery side of the business would then be able to jump into this person's record and be able to see their compelling reason to buy and make sure that they can relate to those things in future. So it's just, I love the system behind it. And as a marketer, I also appreciate that there's balance between not bombarding them at the beginning of the process by asking too many questions on the form, but finding a nice way to keep the person engaged throughout and still collecting that data at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys have any questions about this or want to know the technology or how to do the text messages, reach out on our website, our socials. We'd like to monitor everything we can. But that's all I had. I don't know about you, Linda, but
no, thanks for
today.
sharing, Mobes. That was really interesting. Love that.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. And we look forward to catching you again on Inbound Buzz.
See you guys.
Thanks for listening to Inbound Buzz. Learn anything? Return the favor by spreading the word. Want to make your mark in digital? Need help with your digital strategy, inbound, and marketing automation efforts? Then visit redpandas.com.au and be sure to tune in next time for another Inbound Buzz hit.